Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Ron Paulo, and of course I have been working as a business ESL tutor before, but now I am a full-time content creator for YouTube. And of course I am still not employed at the time of making this video. So of course by the time I started quitting my last remote tutoring job just recently, I kept on pondering to myself a lot about whether YouTube is still the right business model for me or not, okay? To be honest with you all, being a YouTuber isn't really so easy, especially when you have just gotten started with the first ever channel that you have always wished you had started earlier. Well, it's never too late a time for anyone to start a YouTube channel because, well, even though you are getting older now, there really is no age requirement, okay? And of course, anyone can become a YouTuber. But that doesn't mean that everyone will eventually become multimillionaires just from the field of YouTube content creation. So, with that being said, being a YouTuber is not just about it's not just about how many videos you can create in a given short time period for the sake of gaining more traction from fans immediately, okay? It's all about figuring out what type of content or relatable niche stands out with you the most. So instead of just picking some random niche or any other particular subject that you think is so popular to talk about on YouTube, especially if it is something that you do not even enjoy sharing with others who are still interested in watching your videos so much that they might as well unsubscribe to your channel, okay, if they were to find you so boring to talk to or disappointed to hang out with in real life, okay? So, how do you think is YouTube going to change your life? If you are still thinking about planning to become a content creator, if you still want to be a content creator like me, well, if your life can still be changed by creating wholesome and valuable nuggets of wisdom as your own pieces of content for your YouTube videos, then your main goal would be to educate viewers who are still new to the channel. Okay? You have to educate them about how they could help themselves to gain the lessons they've learned from your videos, and maybe they could apply each new conventional word of wisdom to real life situations. That has always been my number one goal to achieve because I never cared about how super wealthy I would become if I were to make this YouTube business work on my end. I started YouTube so that I could also make a huge difference in people's lives and walk them through on what it feels like to face the same types of problems that I have been through before. Whenever I also need someone to motivate me to push through any arduous and daunting obstacles that would hinder all of my hopes for success. So, of course, we all face regular struggles in life. So, I'm not really saying that being a content creator will make you financially free 100% so that you could buy whatever you want to have and achieve whichever dream you haven't even thought about for a long time. Changing your life will heavily depend on which actionable task you would like to endlessly pursue with YouTube content creation. Because YouTube is a never ending process of continuously growing your own self identity, or in other words, your personal brand that doesn't allow you to copy everything about your YouTube competitors, okay, or other YouTubers. So you are the product of your own YouTube channel. So you have to be physically, mentally, emotionally, and optimistically present at all times in front of the camera. Because no one else will even grow everything in your channel for you. When you do become famous on YouTube, I mean, of course, you will always be treated like a Hollywood celebrity, whether you like it or not. Because you have clearly established your own populous identity as a spotlighted trendsetter and someone who is now trustworthy and transparent with what you are doing in your videos, which will make your audience trust you even more. You get my point? So, of course, YouTube will definitely change your life in the long run as long as you begin to trust yourself and all the little but significant changes that you will have to go through. Trust the changes, you know. You have to change the way you speak in front of the camera the moment you start pressing record, or even how you modify the designs of your own thumbnails. Because the uglier your thumbnails, then the fewer views you will get depending on what the video is all about. Or more importantly, you have to consider how much you will need to adjust your own schedule as a full-time content creator because there are so many changes to make sometimes. Like when I should make another video or when I should hire freelance video editors, thumbnail editors, script writers, or anyone who could help accelerate my video production process. So, usually it's all about treating your YouTube channel as a content based business that will someday be so profitable and popularized that you would never want to work in a 9 to 5 job ever again, or even be called just another slave worker involved in a boring and meaningless job anymore. Okay? So, the next question would be, well, how hard is it to build YouTube as a full-time business? Well, let me tell you something. It isn't just hard. It can be so time-consuming and extremely painful to work on at times, you know, because let's be real. If you are still new to YouTube, you might think that creating content for YouTube is so simple for you and that you could get monetized so quickly. So if you were to just focus more on the quantity than the quality of your videos, that is not always the case for anyone new to YouTube because quantity doesn't always mean that it's all sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. With all of the videos that you have been creating that don't even seem to provide anything that will make the audience feel either entertained or educated for the most part. So, of course, if your videos always end up looking so terrible because of bad video quality, nonsense ramblings, or anything that is so annoying and irrelevant to the main topic of your video, or even worse, let's say the editing of your video is always disjointed and messy, then of course you should consider improving these aspects the next time you want to treat the whole YouTube as a business aspect so seriously instead of just joking around all the time in all of your videos. I mean, that is just weird. It will make your audience dislike you so much to the tipping point that they will most likely unsubscribe and leave your channel for good. I mean, who doesn't even want that, right? So I know it isn't so easy to run a YouTube business. Also because of the fierce competition that you will have to deal with when you are going up against other opposing YouTubers whose main content also revolves around the same niche as yours. Okay? Don't fear the competition so much that you just want to quit being a YouTuber permanently. Okay? But rather, you should learn to embrace the competition with open arms and the kindred spirit because no matter which business model you would get yourself into, well, you will always be inevitably confronted with a lot of competitors who will either help lift your business model up or drastically bring your business model down to the ground. Just like how an earthquake would physically deal catastrophic damage to your new shop, okay? So it's like a two-way street, okay? when you're becoming so competitive. One side of the street would be filled with friendly competitors who will never stop helping you push back against meandering adversities. And then on the other side of the street would be the antagonistic competitors, or those who wouldn't stop at nothing to tear your business apart piece by piece. Okay? So, of course, don't be discouraged about the negative aspects of building a YouTube channel, because there will always be troubling effects to deal with in running a channel. So, you should learn to face your fears of YouTube, because YouTube will always be so difficult for you, and just go with the flow in mitigating your content creation setbacks and emotional problems when you are now a well-established YouTuber. Okay? Never fear the competition. Next question. So, do you think YouTube can just be my personal hobby rather than a full-time business? Well, it depends, okay? Because usually, it all depends on your primary goal for your YouTube channel. Because, truth be told, we all have our own long term goals set in mind. And sometimes we don't want to just make ourselves accustomed to just earning more money as our main goal in YouTube. I understand what a part of the YouTube Partner Program, or the YPP, means to all of us self proclaimed content creators of YouTube. And just imagine, if you were to still get your channel monetized while in the midst of doing YouTube as a hobby rather than a business, then wouldn't it be fun to earn more while enjoying what we love to do in our videos? I mean, don't we all want that to happen? Because, okay, imagine this. If you like playing the guitar, for instance, as your personal hobby that you just wanted to do during your spare time, but then you suddenly came to this different realization of, oh, uh, what if I could play my favorite songs using my guitar in front of everybody on the streets of a local shopping mall or even at a public park? Like street performing. Okay, so maybe I could also earn money doing what I love so that I won't feel so burnt out anymore. That means you like the process of playing music. And maybe, just maybe, you could also compose your own songs and become the next Grammy Award winning musician like Taylor Swift. So, yeah, it's just the same with being a content creator, because you can also discover something of a fun hobby that just feels like a video game to you that you could turn into a monetizable business. Okay? Like on YouTube. So my main hobby has always been to read books about self-help and life improvement lessons. So I always thought to myself, why not openly share my love for education about self-help knowledge with my fellow subscribers and newcomers to my channel? They would also be curious to learn more from me, instead of learning from a fake self-help guru who is only teaching for money and attention from fans. I mean, that's like the main purpose of why I started this channel. So, teaching curious learners has always been a passionate hobby that made me into a remote ESL teacher. So, I always felt so alive and proud of myself whenever someone thinks I changed his or her life entirely. Okay? Well, with that being said, how do I find out what I really like to do in my videos? Like, what do you really want to do as a content creator? Because I'm sure you do have a certain skill or hobby that you have always loved to do, because even if you are not into video games and you don't want to start a gaming channel, then think about which of your favorite activities would benefit you from creating more videos that would align with what you want your channel to be about. Okay? If you like cooking, for example, then just be the next Gordon Ramsay, start a cooking channel. Or if you like playing video games and making people laugh with your sense of humor, then of course you can be the next PewDiePie. You can start your own gaming channel. Or if you like contributing to charitable projects that would help kids stay well fed and safely sheltered, you can be the next Mr. Beast. You can be a YouTube philanthropist. Or if you are someone who likes teaching about anything related to personal development lessons, yeah, you can be like me, of course, or you can always just copy from other YouTubers who are just like me. You get my point? I mean, there's nothing wrong with copying other YouTubers, right? So you will always come up with brand new ideas for your next videos. Okay? Don't try to copy other people's ideas, okay? Trust me, you are welcome to express yourself uniquely however you want to with any type of content that you want to build. So you have the freedom to express yourself. Last question. Is YouTube still the right business for you to start right now? Well, I'm afraid I cannot be the one to answer that difficult question for you. So, of course, you will have to be the one to answer that question yourself. Why? Because it is in your own destiny to know whether YouTube is still the most suitable business model for you or not. If you do like the idea of concentrating your authentic brand around YouTube, whether your content centers on just maybe cooking delicious cuisines, playing family-friendly video games, teaching aspiring musicians how to play your favorite musical instrument, or even traveling around the world, and always going on an exciting and frantic adventure in the wilderness, no matter what your niche is, you are always welcome to kickstart your first YouTube journey from unfortunate rags to abundant riches. So yeah, that will be the end of this video for today. Okay? So if you think YouTube is not the right business for you, it's okay, no worries. Because I am not forcing everyone to be YouTubers. Always remember to follow your passions because they are always more important than how much money you want to make. And I do hope I have inspired most of you ambitious YouTubers to finally start that YouTube channel that could potentially change your life in the future. Okay? Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you have learned so much from this video about how YouTube can be the right business for you. So yeah, that will be all. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Alright, so goodbye everyone. And of course, I wish you all the best of luck on your YouTube journey. See you all next time, and have a good day.